I'm Dr. Yusuf Maguri with the University of Washington, Department of Psychology and Human Abnormal Behavior. Today I'm going to be presenting a case for you. This is a case study that I've been working on for the past 5 years, and I've grown pretty close to him. So what I'm going to have you do is first view this session, which may strike you as odd, but I assure you it is one day of many like it in the life of Tristan Camarati.
Hello, I'm Dr. Smen Dorbit from University Brown, PhD, and we have an interesting examination of patients that we have filmed over the last few years that we're going to show to our students to make it very clear what the symptoms are of neurological disorders and how it affects the motor skills of many people, as well as memory and of impulse, that is desire.
Hello, I'm Dill Scotchett, student at University Brown. I'm studying AP Biological Sciences with Dr. Smen Dorbit as my teacher. We have been studying neurological scientists.
Yusuf, we've discussed the accounts that we've examined on many occasions, and certain neurological tendencies that we just can't ignore, particularly in the long-term memory and also in certain motor skills. A lot of our patients that we're going to look at in a second in the footage, they're of a very specific type, and it needs to be known that certain recalcitrant behavior is only an impulsive behavior is something that is very specific and often purported in court as something that's there's certain variables is what I'm trying to say, and what we're trying to prove, as we've discussed and debated many times, is that these things, the way they exhibit themselves, you might only see that one time.
Yes. So what I hear you saying, what I value in what you say is this essential question of whether or not these patients with neurological disorders, whether they have an affect which is affecting their affectation, or whether it's just simply just, as you were saying, motor control, memory issues, things of that nature that are perhaps a separate, if not subcategory, of the mental disorders that we're speaking of here. And I think that the viewers will agree that when you look at these specific case studies and the video footage that we have, this very intriguing, I'm sure you'll agree, video footage, you'll find that things aren't always as they seem, and we see this very clearly when we are, as it were, caught up whilst in the middle of doing something. We find ourselves suspended in midair, and we're perceived, and not all of us is in what we were doing, that it would therefore be an atrocious injustice to us to judge us by that one action alone, to keep us suspended like that, to keep us in a pillory, as it were, as if our whole lives were completely summed up by that one deed. Do you like? I never went to school, so I didn't learn to read or write too good. And I stayed in jail, and I stayed stupid, and I stayed stupid while I watched your world grow up around me.
And who do you see on Tuesdays afternoons and the Wednesdays?
Mary?
Mr. Camarati, you have a mother and a father. Do you have any siblings?
No. Mary?
Who's your best friend?
Mary?
And can you tell us a little bit about Mary? How old is Mary?
I don't want to answer that question. I want a different question.
All right, Mr. Cromarty. That's quite enough. That's quite enough. Mr. Cromarty, what do you like to eat for dinner? What is your favorite meal?
Rotisserie chicken from Fred Meyer.
What do you want to do in your future? Where do you want to go? Do you have any aspirations?
This interview is over.
All right, Phil. Let's get the camera off. Phil. Phil, yes, I'm going to go.
Daniel Krebs, would you be willing to state your full name for the camera? Please.
Why you want to know Daniel Krebs? We water, and the flowers are so, pretty. The pretty flower with the green leaves. You wouldn't make on fence. I can't. Oh, and the little bird on the fence. I put the flowers.
Listen to what I'm saying, Daniel. What I want is for you to relay the story that we discussed, the one about.
Come on, dude, hurry up.
I'm doing like the George. I'm trying to show
Wow,
off my
we want to
assets.
get a picture with Pond.